Hello everybody, welcome back. So for today's video, in 5 minutes, I'll teach you guys how to build an AI assistant that can use all the functionalities like code interpreter, function calling, and retrieval that you can usually have with a custom GPT. But the only issue is that with custom GPTs, you can only use them in the chat GPT interface. So I found the issue to solve this by using this software that allows us to do everything that custom GPT can do, but we can use it outside the chat GPT interface, meaning we can pretty much have this thing in our websites or in other places pretty much. So what that means is that your AI agent can now write or run code. It can answer domain-specific questions based on the PDF files you give it. It can call external tools. That means it can book meetings in your calendars. It can send emails. It can validate and give and send out Stripe payments. It can, it can send out emails, and it can do all the things that custom GPT can do, but without writing a single ounce of code, just like you do if you're building a custom GPT in ChatGPT. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick demo here. This website is a website for my business where I build AI agents for people, and I have my assistant right here. So we're gonna test out and ask some questions. So let's start off with by asking it like, what type of AI agents? And let me what type of AI agents do you guys build? Type of AI do you guys build? Answer that and see what it says. And you see it gives it out answer. And this is right now it's using Retrieval. So I give it some documentation. One of the documentation is on pricing guidelines. Another is on what type of AI agents we build. Another one is in security guidelines. So right now it's looking at our documentation that tells us what type of AI agents we build for our people, and it's retrieving that information. So let's exit another question. Let's exit something more specific, like what type of voice bots do you build? Type of voice bots do you build? Yeah, you see that it gave us voice bots, internal AI assistants, custom AI solutions. So let's go more specific into what type of voice bots do we build for people? Okay, I see. So it gives a bunch of examples: customer service bots, fee collection bots, payment reminder bots. It also mentions, I put in a prompt to mention all the regulations that people need to know and follow when building these voice bots. So it's mentioned some of the regulations here. It even gives out some links that we have in our knowledge base. And it tells us by following these little guidelines, business can avoid penalties. So that's one part of our knowledge base, and one part that I put in my prompt to make sure that it gives out regulations when building certain things. And then this is where our first functionality comes in. So one of the tools that this AI assistant can use is that it can scrape subtitles from YouTube. So if I ask it a question, I want to build something that was discussed in this video, then it's going to be able to take the subtitles from that video and answer, yeah, we can build something like this. The price would be something like blah 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 blah. So show you an example of that.
Imagine turning your...
So I'm gonna take a video from Liam Otley's videos. The video I'm gonna do is this right here. This is a video where he talks about an AI solution that will check if customers leave items in their cart, and then if they don't pay for it or they just abandon it in their cart, the AI will go call them and try to give them discounts so they can actually pay for that item in their cart instead of just leaving it there. So that's kind of the solution that this video talks about. I'm going to copy this link and give it to the AI and say, can you build a solution, or can you build a voice bot like like can you build a voice bot that would like the one built in this video, but the one built in this video. So give it a link. So I guess this use case would be for, I guess, clients that don't know how to specifically explain what they want, but they saw maybe a video or something building something that they would really like to get or really like to get built out. So they just want to send you a video link and they want you to break it down for them. So the AI will do that itself. And now see, look what the response it gives. It says, based on script, the AI solution demonstrated involves creating a voice bot designed for e-commerce that engages with customers who have abandoned their shopping carts. This voice bot uses outbound voice agent to call customers while a single line of code. Yeah, blah blah. Yes, our company can build some retailers. We can also create. Okay, so it mentions all this. Can we? Let's ask it, what regulations would I have to follow if I get something like this built out? So, like we said, mentioned before, that some voice bots will have to follow certain regulations. So this thing has in-house memory since it's using the OpenAI Assistant API, just like custom GPTs use. It uses threads, so this will have in-house memory. So it'll be able to see our previous conversation and answer, hey, these are the regulations you have to follow based on what I saw from the video or what he built in the video. So let's see what regulation. No. Okay. This built. And it mentions all the regulations. So it says, Telephone Consumer Protection Act. This law restricts telemarketing calls and use of automated telephone equipment. It requires businesses to obtain consent from consumers. General data protection. So it mentions all the possible regulations that your voice bot might have to consider. And then let's ask what the pricing would be like for building something like this. So maybe you might be interested in the pricing. So I ask what, and this is all using our retrieval. So it's just taking everything from our knowledge base and answer questions based on that knowledge base. So let's ask what what would you charge to build a solution like this? What would you charge to build what would you charge to build something like this? You know, those what it says. Estimate the cost of building an AI solution. One of the features in the video we would like to discover. Consider several factors. Complexity. Given that a solution like likes to use no-code tools such as Zapier and falls in the less expensive category, as it might not require custom coding. However, the complexity might increase if the solution needs to be customized further for your requirements. Talks about data interactions. This price might vary depending on the volume of the data the voice bot needs to process, such as the number of customers it has to call. Blah blah. Compliance. If your solution needs to comply, this can impact this. Additional requirements to latency, scalability. If your project requires high performance in this area, it might lead to higher costs. If you desire higher testing, so these factors in mind, projects typically categorized in around 5,000. This will likely be simple code, no integration using existing tools with minimum data volume. Blah blah blah. This might involve a more tailored solution. But this would be a highly customized voice bot solution, system data interactions, strict compliance adherence. For precise code will ask us to actually schedule a meeting, discuss the requirements and details. So it's asking the leader customer to schedule a meeting so they can get specific pricing details and how much this would cost. But at least it gives you an estimation on how much it might cost and what factors would be included in the cost. So let's see. Let's try to schedule a meeting with it. Sure, I would like to schedule a meeting. And now this is where the second functionality comes in play, where it's going to ask you for some details, and then the lead or customer is going to fill out the details, and then the function will send the email to my personal email account of all those details. So pretty much that helps me if I want to look through a bunch of proposals from, I guess, leads or customers. I can look through all the proposals in my email, and then I can schedule calls and meetings with them by looking at the emails or the phone numbers they put on that proposal. So this is another. So we have two. Just a reminder, we have two function calling capabilities here: scraping subtitles from YouTube and sending emails to my account. So let me fill this out. Name Cozy Baba. let let me just put name, email, Cozy Baba, gmail.com, number 567-978. Let me in the video we discuss, and that's in that. And one thing you'll see is that in the explanation, I only said the voice bot that was built in the video we discussed. Now, I wouldn't have details about that since I'm not the AI agent that's interacting with the leading customer. But what you'll see is that the assistant will use its in-house memory of what happened in the previous conversation to add in details when it sends to me in the email. So I'll get more details than the voice bot that was built in the video we discussed. So you'll see that when we check the email, we'll have those extra details in it. And that's what I put in the prompt. It was pretty hard to get that prompt in, but that's what I put in the prompt to do. So you'll see. So it says, thank you, Lizzie Baba. Your request for me to discuss unfortunately based on the video we discussed has been successfully registered. Our team will review your request and get back to you to discuss details further. So this tells you that we have sent the email, and let's actually check your email. So if you go back to your email, you can see the email that was sent to us. You see Amplified Mailer. You can see right here it says, recent new crew with the following details. Lizzie Baba at gmail.com. I forgot to add the budget range. I should have added that. But interested in building a voice bot similar to one featured in the reference video, which is designed for e-commerce. So it describes what we talked about in the conversation, and it even has the video link there too. So now, since I kind of showed you a demo of what this thing can build, let's go into the quick process and how we would actually build this AI agent or AI assistant and put it on your website. So let's go to a site called OAI-Widget. This is where we're gonna build our AI assistants. So if we come here, we come to the My Assistant tab. We can create a new assistant. It's actually for your OpenAI key. So I mean, you can just click Add New One, type in your name for it, get your OpenAI key from the OpenAI website, copy and paste it, and save. So I already have done that. So I'm gonna click on the one I already created, create, and now I can go into building my assistant. So we can give it a name. We can give it YouTube test, or AI. I'll just get AI assistant. And a description maybe answer questions on AI agents. For instructions, I'm gonna go to the prompt I already created before and copy and paste that prompt. And you see how extensive these instructions are. I mean, pretty much this overall summary of it is I'm just setting some rules, so some things I don't want the assistant to do, and then I'm pretty much telling the assistant how to craft the responses, when to use the knowledge base, when to use the function calling, so the email and YouTube scrapers. So I'm just giving the set instructions on how to craft a response and when to call the external tools, pretty much. And let me say, it's very hard to prompt these things, especially when you have to give it so many instructions because it's doing so many things. It's so hard to actually get it to do what you want to do. I had to actually tell it to. I had to tell it, if you don't do this, I'll go to jail or something. Or I told it, if you don't do this, I'll lose $1 million, because no matter how much I prompted, it was refusing to do it. So I had to kind of give it hardcode prompts to make sure it did specific tasks, or it crafts the response in certain ways, or including certain things in its response. So yeah, prompt is annoying. So after I put in the prompt, I'm gonna set what capabilities I want the AI to have. So I'm gonna give it retrieval capabilities, and I'm gonna give it two files. So browse, go to, let's go to download. I'm gonna give it, well, three files actually. Files on our pricing and guidelines. Um, File on the regulation and laws that we have to follow for wastewater, and files on the examples of agents we can build. And to just show you one of these files, what's in the information, what's in these PDF files. Let me go pricing for, yeah. So you can see I have pricing guidelines. So all these guidelines I mentioned here before, what I guess requirements you have to follow to know what the pricing is, what models will be more expensive or less expensive to set up, data privacy concerns, compliance laws. So I have all this information in this. So we'll go back. So we have the files. Now we want to set up our function capabilities. So with that, you can see create new action. So this is when we'll use another software called Amplify. So let's go here. Amplify pretty much is just a software that gives you a bunch of pre-built I guess scraping tools and automation tools, pretty much. So some of these are free. Some of these they'll have a free trial, but you have to eventually pay for it. But Amplify always gives you some free credits, so you do have the capability to use some of these tools for free for a while. Though in the long term, there is some cost to it. So I would just understand that. Though for people that want cheaper tools or freer tools, don't worry. There's going to be plenty more no code videos I'm going to do, and there's plenty of other different tools that you can use. Amplify is just one tool I use because I think it's probably the easiest to integrate into your assistant without using any code. So now the first one we're going to do is the email scraper. We're going to add the email scraper. So we go here. You can see here it gives you documentation how to do this. You can test it in the inputs and all this stuff. But all we have to do right now is go to API, go to OpenAI specification, and just copy this. This is our schema. Schema pretty much just tells the AI agent where to send the request to. It just tells you what the function does, so the AI knows when to call that function, and it tells you what parameters the AI should take from the user request. So if I'm sending an email, then the AI will probably have to know who am I sending the email to, what information I'm going to put in the email, what's the title of the email. So it'll need to know all this information. And it'll need to send it to this tool. So when it's actually running this request, it can send the email to the proper person or so on. So all I have to do is to copy this. I can just do this, copy paste. copy this, and then let me make this smaller for you guys. And I can go to API key, and now I can click bear, and then to go get the API key, all I have to do is go to settings, go to integrations, and copy here personal API token. And go back here, copy here, apply, and save. And there you go. You have AI agent that can go send emails. Easy as that. No code. Literally just had to copy and paste something from Amplify. So that quick. So now, if I wanted to add the ability for it to also scrape subtitles from YouTube, I would have to go add this to the action I already created. So if I'm using the same tool as Amplify, if I'm using Amplify to do multiple things, multiple actions, then I have to combine the schemas. So I might have one tool from Amplify that's sending emails, and another tool from Amplify that's maybe scraping LinkedIn profiles. Since they're both from Amplify, they both have to be in one schema. So what I have to do is, first of all, I'll go to the YouTube subtitle scraper, go to store, type in YouTube. Let's see, YouTube search all results. Let's find the YouTube subtitle scraper. Yep. Go to schema. Copy. So what I would usually go is I'll go to Claude or ChatGPT or Bard or something, and I'll get it to combine those schemas for me. So I can do, can you combine these two open API schemas for me? Schema, move that away. Schema 1 and schema 1. Space schema 2. So once it combines the schema, let's copy the code, come back here, and just paste it. So yeah, you can see these two here. You can see the YouTube subtitle scraper. You can see the send email scraper. And by the way, I just had to quickly change the function. I guess tool I was using. I used the Google Maps email scraper instead of using the Amplify send email tool. But you can see that both of them are here. So both the tools are here. So all you have to do is update. And now we have that pretty much built. And then we can go here. We can change what image we want to. So we can kind of rebrand this if we want to. So if we have an image we want to use, we can use, let me use a different email image from before. Image. Let's use this image. Okay. And then Yeah, pretty much we have everything here. Then we can pretty much save it. So once we have all that, now we can go to our widgets and we'll create a new widget. So we can give it a name, we give it AI Assistant. Also, the first thing we can actually do is select our assistant. So let's select the assistant we just created called AI Assistant. So it fills off some of that for us. This here. Yes. We can add descriptions. I can help you with your question. Yeah, I can help you with your questions about AI agents, rebuild. We can change the start message. I mean, welcome, how can I assist you today? I think that's a fine start message. We can change the input placeholder that's right here. So I can say, what AI agent do you want to build, be able to get built for? Has a limit. It can be what AI agent do you want, something. So, or we can ask any increase. So it can be anything. So if you have a placeholder, if you want like a main question you want these people to ask, you can have a place order over there. Then it says chat persistence. So do you want to forget the conversation after it's closed, or do you want to never forget? I think it's better just have it never forget, just in case someone accidentally closes it. So this is the position, space spacing, bottom spacing. So I guess that's how you want your chat box to kind of look like when you put it on your website. And then it asks you if you want to display this link here. You have to upgrade to Pro if you want to not display the link. And if you want to use custom functions, actually, you also have to upgrade to Pro. But the Pros, I think, is like either $5 or $15, so it's not too expensive. So if you want your assistant to be able to call tools, like send emails and stuff, you have to um, go do their, I think, $5 or $15 a month payment plan. And that's for each assistant you create. So yeah, it can add up if you're creating a lot of assistants, but after you do all that, you can now change your appearance. So you have a color you want to change. So I keep it on green since the bod's green, but you might want to change this. This is the icon that's going to show when people are looking for the chat, I guess the AI, your AI assistant. So you can use DALL-E to, or you can use assistant avatar. I'm just gonna update the icon instead of using any of this. And then you can change it to light mode or dark mode. Dark mode is cooler for me, in my opinion, so I'll change it to dark mode. And pretty much you have everything. So you can say go to widgets. You see your assistant that you created right here, and then you can simply go to embed. Just copy this embedding, and you can see here in the instructions it says you want to add this to your head of your application or the beginning of the body of your application. So if you go to Framer, this is a site I use to create my website. So if you go to Framer, Framer, and then you go to your settings. You see down, you can see it has custom code. So I assume how the same concept will work for any website. So your website somewhere has some custom code that you can probably edit, or whatever website builder you're using. All you have to do is probably go to the start of the body tag or the end of the head tag and just copy and paste the code there. So that's what I'm doing here. Framer makes it pretty easy for you. All I have to do is publish it, update, open the link to the website, and you can see the chatbot right here. And it says, welcome, how can I assist you today? I can say, I ask the same question, what type of, or can you build let me find another YouTube video that we can use.
Page that books you.
So let's copy this video. Let's see. Can you build Can you build an AI agent like this? So you see it breaks down the AI solution, AI appointment on Facebook pages, books appointments automatically. This AI security cool calendar to check for what time. You can see my demo. If you guys have any questions on AI agents or running any troubles building these things, and you can always drop down to my Telegram group and ask me questions directly there. And if you guys want have more videos on how to build these things with no code, I'm gonna do a couple more videos on how to build these things without having to do any custom code. If you're interested in that, I would subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys.